3400 Roller Crossing. I viewed this house about 2 or 3 weeks ago when it very first came on the market. And I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised by what I've just seen. So I just walked through the house again, and I'll be making notes of what's different. There's a dog in the backyard. It looks like a pit bull mix, and I'm not going to go in the backyard. So I don't know how old the roof is, although it looks newer. It doesn't look worn to me, but that's just my eyesight's not the best. So I'll ask about the age of the roof and the AC, because the AC, the inside handler is in the attic, and I don't know where the access to that is. So I'll just ask the owner about the age of the AC and the roof. It is brick facade. It's in very good condition. The brick is. I don't see any cracking here. I mean, there's always this kind of superficial lines. This is very, very common in Texas. But it's like big cracks, we don't see any of those. No cracks at all in the bricks. They do purposely space them to allow moisture to escape. So they did that well. You want to see that. And they did that well here, all along. I'm looking underneath the eaves. Don't know if it's kind of making it look dark there, but this all looks really good too. Oddly, there's some wires hanging. I don't know what that's to. It's like for some kind of audio-visual thing. There's gutters. This very short, cute little gutter. I did see the garage door looks like it's in great condition. I saw one little area here. It's not bad, but if I think the inspector would point out, this is something that gets deferred in maintenance a lot, is that these little cracks that form, they need to be caulked. If you caulk them, you're going to put years on the life of the materials. And right there, this is very, very nitpicky. There's a spot where a rodent could get in under the eaves. I would probably fix that. But that's very nitpicky. As a whole, this house from the exterior looks great. What I remember after viewing it with my buyer a few weeks ago who couldn't get out of the house fast enough was there was a funny smell. That's gone now, except for one room where a cat peed. This is broken, but it does still work. Door is metal. It's in fairly good condition. Okay, there were also about, 3 or 4 unfinished projects that looked really tacky. But when I came in, I noticed this note on the wall. Please note all unfinished projects will be completed by point of sale. Kitchen and bathroom tile, cracked tile in living room, anything else not mentioned as well. So that note was not here when we viewed it a few weeks ago. The paint is good. There's no marks on the wall. There is this repair that's been done. It looks like maybe the doorknob from the door hit it and they had to patch it when it's a bad patch job. There's tile in the living room. The crack he's mentioned, which I saw this when we were here before, but there's no crack in the foundation when you go back out. So if you can see there's a kind of a hairline crack right there, and then there's cracks here, and there's cracks bleeding here, and then it stops. So what's that caused by? I'm not quite sure. Dining room, kitchen. Now something that's kind of weird is that it looks like he's done his own remodel in the kitchen, and these really look like floor tiles to me, and especially here, these really look like floor tiles. So, but the colors all work. The colors work fine. If I'm going to do a remodel, it just makes sense to replace those because they look kind of old and tacky once they're next to all the pretty new stuff. What else here? So, yeah, he had not finished any of this last time I came, but now he's done most of it, and he just hasn't finished up there. That's the last part. And now there's a note saying that he will finish The backyard, from what we can see here without going into it, it's a smaller backyard, but it's not at a steep slope. It's going to be easy to mow, and it backs out, if you can see there, into a green belt, which is quite nice to have a green belt right back there. And there's the dog. Okay, and you know what? I can't really see. I can't see whether it's brick, and I'm afraid to go out where the dog is. So, I will ask the owner. Hey, dog. Okay. It's usually something I can at least verify what the materials of the outside are. Okay, there's maybe a little repair right here, some patches. This light is not, oh, that's a smoke alarm. It's not working. This is the room. It says the cat got locked in the room. There is a strong pee smell. Because there's tile in here, I would guess that the pee smell will come out. If you decide to buy a house, odor is a huge thing for buyers. A lot of buyers will walk into a house and the smell will turn them off so much they'll just turn around and leave no matter how nice the house is. I'm going to keep walking while I talk here and let you know this. I bought an ozone machine a few years ago. I use it a lot. It gets rid of cigarette smell, dog smell, cat smell, you name it. People who use the Febreze and it's overpowering sometimes. We use it to get rid of that. It works really, really well. You just have to run it for a few days in an empty house. It's not safe to be breathing when that machine is running. So you can see he converted the garage. It's got some funky paint, but the concrete floor is painted. The walls are partially finished. He painted over the sheetrock. It makes a nice little man cave. I think that would be a perk. You might want to get something a little bit more sedate for the accent colors, especially on this wall and this door. But I think most tenants would be happy to have this space. Some people would like to be able to park here, though. Turning the lights off. Okay, washer and dryer are inside. That's nice. And hall bathroom. It is a very bright red, bright red, and they weren't super careful when they painted. It's so easy to put that blue tape up and be careful, and they didn't do it. So there's red marks on the wall. It's a little bit of a sloppy paint job, and it's probably not the best color. But actually, with the black, some people really like this. It actually looks a little bit sharp with the white and black if they had only done a neat job when they painted. All the hardware looks good. Water pressure in the different bathrooms is fine. That could probably come off of there so you can save the tank. All right, this is the second smaller bedroom. It's an older light fixture. If you replace it, it would be much brighter. And I think bright lights really, really help sell a house. It's one of the most important things, and they help rent a house too. The AC vents aren't super, super clean, but they're not filthy. Okay, that's not a stain. I think it'll come off. The paint overall looks good. It's a little bit darker. He did some weird things in the master bedroom with the paint on the door. This is the master. Oh, it's locked. I think that's the closet. The one thing we noticed when we were here before is that he's got this weird thing here, and we don't know what this is. I know from looking at the pictures online that there's an AC vent there. I don't know why that towel is there. I'm not sure if he has it there because the AC was blowing right on his face, or if there's a repair to be made. I'll add that. I've added that to my notes. Now this room also, he had tile that was not completed, and he's done a lot in the last 2 weeks. So it's a double sink, little vanity, updated lights, and he finished. He didn't have any of this tile over. He had only half of that done last time. So he's done this. He hasn't grouted it yet, but he's done a lot. You know, you might want to modernize it when you go to resell. You might want to modernize some of these fixtures. He's done a pretty good job. It shows so much better than it did just a few weeks ago. It's a pity that he missed the flood of buyers that you get the first 2 weeks on the market. Here also it looks like something splashed up. You might have to repaint, or you might be able just to scrub the wall. Aside from this and a little marg in one of the bedrooms and this door frame, I would repaint this door anyway, and this area is just a dark, dark color. The paint condition throughout the house is fairly good, and I'll have to get back with you on the age of everything. Actually, that is the attic access, but he's got it locked. So I'll get back with you on all the other information.